All right, now that we have kind of figured out how to find suppliers and where to search for suppliers, you have to understand that not all suppliers are created equal. Okay, so they're not all the same. They're not all high quality. Again, as I mentioned before, that's why I generally like working with a program like GoGo Dropship or something like that, because they generally will only work with high quality dropshippers. So I know I'm finding a high quality dropshipper. But as you go out and you're looking for these suppliers, there's a couple questions you're going to want to ask your suppliers to make sure that they're a good quality drop shipper and they're going to take care of you. So I've outlined 7 of the main questions, the 7 questions actually, that I ask to a drop shipper / supplier when I'm wanting to work with them. So those questions are, first is, do they have any drop shipping fees? Now, some drop shippers will charge you kind of what they call a convenience fee. Because you're not having to inventory the product and whatnot, they're actually going to charge you a slight fee for every order for the convenience of never having to inventory the product. And that's okay. I prefer to use a supplier that does not have drop shipping fees, because if we've got a good enough relationship and I'm going to make them enough money, I don't think they should be charging me for that. But when you're brand new and they don't really have that relationship with you, and that's included anybody who's setting up a relationship with the supplier for the first time, it's probably going to be something that you may just have to work around. Now, we're talking about a couple dollars per order. If it's, $10, $15 per order, you may need to talk them down or decide, hey, this isn't the drop shipper I want to work with. The other thing I would ask them about their fees is, hey, as my volume increases, I would like to have those drop shipping fees waived. And a lot of companies will do that. They just want to kind of make sure you're loyal to them. And if you start sending them a lot of business, they're going to waive those fees for you. The next thing I want to find out is, how long does it generally take for them to ship the product? So if I order a product, so if somebody orders from my site and then I then go and in turn order it from their site to have it shipped out to the customer, I want to know how long before they ship it and how long is it going to take before the customer gets it. Because even though the drop shipper is the one sending it out, it reflects on my business, those shipping times. If they're really, really long, then that's going to mess up my business, and really people are not going to be too happy and maybe not even say nice things about our company online. So something to take a look at. You want to look at product feeds. How are they going to deliver the products to you? Preferably, we want it in some type of spreadsheet. It's organized, it's easy to import into our website builder, and so we're hoping that they have it in Excel. If not, we need to ask them, hey, when it's time for me to build my site and I need to get the product information, how do I do it? Most of them will have an Excel spreadsheet or something like that. Others, you're just going to have to copy and paste from the website. So it's something to look at. The next thing is, what type of support does the dropshipper offer? So for example, if you have a customer who's asking you questions that you don't know, how readily accessible are they? How accessible are they? And what's the turnaround time? If you have a question, what type of support do they offer you? The other thing is, what's their returns and what are their policies? What's their, if somebody wants to return a product, if somebody has a damaged good, those types of things. You want to know those policies and understand that those policies will become your policies, because if they have a cancellation fee or if they have a return fee or a restocking fee, you'll probably want to have a restocking fee on your website. Otherwise, you would have to eat that cost. So it's a good idea to know what their returns policies are and all other policies that they have, shipping policies, damaged good policies, those types of things. Next is, I like to order a product, and I won't order it under my name. I will order it, I'll have my brother or somebody order it for me, and I will pay for it, but I just want, and because I don't want them to see my name on it, because I want to see how quickly they're going to actually ship out the product. They may say that they ship it out same day or that they'll get it in 3 days, but it's one thing to say it, and then the next thing, it's a different thing to do it. So get a neighbor to do it for you or something, so they don't recognize the name, and see how long it takes before they get the product. And then finally, the last question, or not necessarily question, I'm going to go do a little bit of background research on the company. Not a ton, but I'm going to go out into Google and I'm going to type in their name on Google, and I'm going to see what type of, what's being said about the company. Sometimes there are complaints, other times there aren't. But I just want to know if I'm working with a good company. So I know this is pretty basic, but those are really the 7 things that I'm looking for in a drop shipper to determine if they're a good drop shipper. If they're doing these things well, in my opinion, they're a good drop shipper. So those are the questions you want to look for and ask when you're working with a supplier. Okay, we'll see you on the next one.